So you're watching my course on how to program, my coffee break programming course, you say? And it's all too easy for you. The beginning of the programming, the beginning of the C++ language, and so it's still too easy, right? Okay then, are you prepared? Something new, something more interesting perhaps for you? Maybe you have already been familiarized by other programming languages, such as JavaScript. And I thought, why not just create some real projects in JavaScript? So let's say a snake game. This is a very typical project, very easy to implement actually. You just have to spend some time writing in JavaScript. And so let's just do it together now. I'll just program and you'll just watch and learn. Okay? And of course, I don't know everything myself, of course. So I'll just search when I don't know something in the web or so. And also, if you know how to do things better, you can comment, of course, under those videos in the comment section below. So let's just start with implementing a simple game of the snake. Okay? So let's just start with some basics, some easy stuff, drawing the grid and something like that, and then we'll implement the snake game, and then we'll just try to elaborate maybe on it and make it a bit cooler or something like that. It's a bit more developed, and so we will see how it goes. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so let's start developing our snake game. So let's say I'll just create my projects map on my desktop, and here we will create our snake project. So let's just start with some very basics. It will be an HTML document and then JavaScript file, let's say my scripts.js. Let's just open it with Notepad++. There is a lot of things, close all but this, and let's just start building our doc type HTML document. So the most basic things, let's say we have a head, a body, and here we have to include our script. We will assign our script document. It was our myscripts.js. It is in the same directory, my scripts. And then we will also, I think, use jQuery library. So just for things to be easy, more easy. Yeah, well, and for the jQuery library, I have to find the it's script source, and there is nothing inside, so here it is. For the jQuery library, I think I have to find some. Let's find the jQuery. Okay, jQuery CDN or something like that. Here it should be jQuery core 3.5.1. yes, it will be. Let's take minified version of that, and that's it for scripts. And then inside body we will use we'll use the canvas element, HTML5 canvas. So let's say canvas, and I think I have to give some attributes, or maybe no, and then I think there will be another element, button element, for pausing the game and then restarting. I think it will be just one button, pause, go pause. So let's say we start with paused game, and then we can just press a go button. So let's see how it looks like. So far nothing is here, but maybe there is this one canvas. I think I can, was it the border or style border element for the canvas? I think it was, yeah, it was style element. Let's say border 1 pixel black, maybe like that. No, it was border with the column. No, solid. Okay, there it is. Okay, so there is our canvas, very small so far. So let's say, so I think it width, let's say the width is, I don't know, 800, or is it style width? Okay, it works. And height of it will be, let's say, something like that. So there it is. Okay, so that's great for the beginning. And now, so we have to give it some ID to reference it from our JavaScript later. So let's say my canvas, and also of course for the button the same thing. It will be pause button, pause btn, let's say. So that's it for HTML so far. So let's just try to write some scripts now. So what we would like to do at the very beginning, I think, is to draw a grid. So there will be a snake, and this snake will go along the grid. So we have a width and the height. So we will need some variables determining the grid. I want to create it as universal as possible. So I'll just calculate the count of grids. So okay, let's say we will have x count and y count variables. So this will be the number of boxes along the x-axis and along the y-axis, and then we will have width and height. This is our 800 pixels and 500 pixels, and then we will have our size of one box. So let's say, I don't know, 20 pixels or so. And then on document create, so on document ready, I think it was just like that, ready, and then I can assign a function here, right? So on document ready, I will just take this canvas. So I had my canvas element, so this is ID, my canvas, and this element had its width, I think. Well, all right. So let's say our variable width equals to this width, and the same of, and no, I don't like those tabs. I will just, okay, let's use them. For height the same. And then I can calculate the variable sex count. It is, well, it will be math floor because it is an integer. It needs to be an integer from width divided by size, right? And the same thing for y count, height divided by size. That's it. And let's just print it out so we can see whether or not it's correct. So let's see how it works here. We get our console, and there is nothing here. Well, why? Console log, document on ready. Well, I think my canvas, maybe it is. So let's just see whether or not we are going here inside at all. No, we are not going here. So why? My scripts.js, my scripts.js. So maybe I haven't written correctly the on ready. No, I think it was not on ready like with those events, but it will be just like that, maybe. Ready function, let's see. Yeah, so hi, and these are not viable because I think this thing returns array, so perhaps zero's position. Yes, 40, 25, so 40 like that, 25 like that. Seems believable, quite plausible. So okay, nice job. So let's say now, so we want to draw the grid. So we want to draw the grid. So what does it mean to draw the grid? So we have to create our context, canvas, get context, or was it like that? So let's see. So let's say C will be our context. So let's just say we have a variable C, which will be this, our context with all this 0, I think. And then we can just say C width and C height. And then here C get context to D. This will be our variable, let's say context variable, and then context begin path, and then we can draw something, I think, and then context stroke was the command to put it on the canvas. So let's just try to draw some rectangle, I think rect 10, 20, and the length of the sides. And was there something else? I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice. So let's just say stroke style is, let's say, green. Yeah. So what do we want to do now is to create those rectangles for each grid element. So let's say we want to go through along the x-axis, so it is our x count, and then with variable j, let's just go along the y count, and this is what we will do. We'll draw the rectangle IJ, I think, and size is our size, our length of the sides, right? Let's see now. No, oh, this is starting from 0, but anyway, oh, we have something, but it's not at all what we wanted. I think there is something wrong with oh no, not from ij, but I times size, right? And j times size. Oh yeah, we have something, and now let's go back to our grid. That's it for the grid, right? Cool. And if we just write 10, so this is better. So this is our grid, let's say. And now, okay, though this is it, our grid. And actually, I just thought that maybe it would be useful to exploit this grid later, also when we will create other projects. So yeah, you can use this grid also for other games, other projects. So it's for example, a game of life. We could actually create this grid as a separate file. Creation of the grid. Yeah, the creation of grid can be really a separate file, because what we will also want to do is, for example, when we resize this window, we could make it so the grid sticks to the size of the window. So not so currently it's bigger than the window, and currently it's smaller than the window. And actually, we would do something like calculating the width and the height of the grid. So I think there is this property window something height or inner width. Let's just say we want to say that C width equals to this thing, and the same of course for height. And now it's okay, it's a bit larger, so let's say times 0.8 or something like that. Do we need a math floor of this? I think we don't. So this is better. So now we have to create the resize event, but for now, if we refresh, yeah, it works smoothly. Cool. So yeah, but we want to create this grid for different purposes, so let's do it like that. Let's just copy this file to be I don't know, grid, because we will add some more things to this grid. So grid file, let's okay, so this is our grid, so this is our my scripts, where will be something else, not that thing, not any of the, oh well, actually size, yes, not car but var. Size is in this file, but everything else I think will be here. So we have to now include also this grid file here before, I think this one. And now so let's just see whether oh, document ready. No, document ready we want in there. So this is document ready here, but then again we want to call something from the grid file. So let's say initialize grid or initialize grid. Yeah, initialize grid, and and here will be initialize grid function, and that's it. So let's see whether or not it's still working. No, it's not working. Why isn't it working? So let's see on document ready. So this is not saved. Okay, you're right. It just wasn't saved. So that's it. So initialize grid, and then we will do something more with this grid here. But for now, let's say what else do we want to do with that grid? We want to actually create the same grid. So this is just a picture of grid, but we will want to, because there will be some grid elements that are colored and some elements that will be left. Or do we want it or do we not want it? Okay, maybe later. So let's just start with adding more stuff to our grid, or just let's start by assigning this on resize. So let's take our canvas again, id my canvas. No, not my canvas, but the window. Window will be the one that is resized. So no, I think it was in jQuery like that. On, and then I can say resize maybe, and my function. What happens when someone resizes? What happens when this is resized? And what actually happens is we have to recalculate the width and the height. So actually the width and the height is calculated here in the grid file, so we want to write the same thing. Of course, again we have to just call this same thing here, I think. Let's just try to do it for now, and then we will try to get this grid going. So let's see. Okay, all right, this changes. Nice, very nice, cool. That's it. So now what about this grid stuff? So we don't want anything particular like now, but let's just create the stuff we want for this snake to be created. So we will have a variable, I think, of an array of positions. So each part of the snake will have its x and y coordinates. So let's say it is an empty array at the beginning, and then we will have some, I don't know, generate stuff function or something like that. Function generates stuff, where these things, the snake will be generated, obstacles will be generated, also those elements that snake will eat, the chickens will be generated, and this generate stuff will be called after initialize grid. So here and here. So let's just okay, so let's just maybe do it like that, so we don't have to write this initialize grid twice. We call generate stuff here, and we call generate stuff here, and then it starts with initializing the grid, and then we can create our own things. So snake equals to empty, because this will also be called on resizing. So we start with empty again, and then let's say we want to start with some 3 elements in the snake or so. So let's just push 3 things, and I think it will be x and y coordinates. So everything will be an object with, let's say, x coordinate and y coordinate. So let's say the snake will be positioned in the middle, heading upwards. So the middle will be, so we have this variable x count here, this is a global variable here, so we can use it. It is calculated here. So let's say x count divided by 2, and mass floor around doesn't matter. And for y, it will be somewhere at the bottom. So y count -5 or so will be the head of the snake. And then let's just push some more elements with -4 -3. So this is head, this is first element, the second element after head. Done, and the direction is upwards. So we will also need, of course, the direction element. So let's say upwards is 0, and then it will be 1 to the right side, 2 to the bottom, and 3 to the left. Okay, so we have a snake here, and now we want to, so the grid is initialized here, and the grid is drawn, and now we have to draw our snake. Okay, so we have to draw our snake, and so let's say we have, I don't know, draw snake or something like that. And snake is global variable, so we can do it like that. Function draw snake, and let's draw the snake here. So again, so we want to access our context. Context is declared here. No, this is not right. Wait. So let's say the context is global here, so we can use it. Wait. So this is where it's getting our 2D context, begin path, and so here we can use, I think, also variable context, begin path, and let's just draw our snake now. So we have snake consisting of elements. Moon, listen snake length, and and now every element will be a rectangle, which will be a filled rectangle. So I think it was fill rect or something like that, with elements x, which will be snake ix, no, or yes, no, we want to, so x is from 0 to x count, so this must be multiplied by our size, right? And then snake y, times size and the lengths of those two sides. Now that's it. And context fill, I think, has to be called here. Let's say, yay, we have our snake. Cool, nice. So maybe the head of the snake could be different from all the rest of the body. So let's say we have to just draw the body here, and for the head we will we'll do with, let's say, some other, how it was, stroke, fill style, I think it was fill style. And let's say the head of the snake will be brown, and then the rest of the body, let's say, is black. No, fill style is not a function. Oh, fill style is equals, I think. No, yeah, of course. Snake eye is undefined, of course. 0. The head is in the zeros position, right? So here it is, and actually the head could be a bit. Oh, maybe the head will be not a rectangle, but the head could be actually an arc or an ellipse or a circle, let's say. Actually, yeah. Oh, and here, so snake 0 x, and the center of the circle is half of the size. So let's say plus size like that, right? Snake 0 y plus size divided by 2. And then starting and ending angle, full circle from 0 to math pi, 2 times math pi, and the radius size times 2, I think. So let's see. No. Oh, times size. So here is x, it is just the number of the block, times size plus size divided by 2, I think so, and here also. No, but somewhere I think it is drawn because there is no errors either. Or maybe this radius was before. It could be before the angles. Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay. Fill style brown, no. The fill style is not working here correctly, I think. So let's just make it a bit bigger. So this is radius plus 2. Okay, it's getting better. But why is it black? Why is it black? So here is fill style brown. Maybe it's arc. Maybe this is stroke, not fill. No, but then fill style, stroke style. Let's say stroke style. No, I can't see anything actually there. No. So let's say we want to fill it right after there, and then begin another path for that. So let's just take it back, fill style. Okay, Cool. That's it. Our snake. Alright, that's it for today, guys. So how did you like our first lecture on the JavaScript? Well, it's not a lecture actually. You have to be familiar with JavaScript in order to understand all of that. I didn't even intend it to be a lecture, but I think it's just interesting to program some stuff together, to watch how somebody else programs, and then you can learn something maybe from that, and maybe you can do it along with me by pausing the video when you feel like it. So that's it for today. We will continue developing this snake game in the further lectures, further videos, so stay tuned, of course, to my channel, subscribe to it, and see you soon. Bye.